Hello and welcome to the UAGC Instructional Design and Technologies Project presentation with Dr. Alexander Murray, presented by Sosi Zhang. The project was initially designed for the organization called California Health Collaborative. It was established in 1982 and is considered a community-based organization, where their sole purpose is to promote healthy communities by implementing a variety of capacity and networking activities. Their mission, as it states, focuses on underserved communities, and they pride themselves on being effective as possible. Their promise to be as effective as possible also goes hand in hand with ensuring that their staff are performing their best work by providing quality trainings in areas of need, such as this introductory training for the reporting application System O. So what are the learning needs? Reporting state funders is done twice a year in December and again in July. This is where the programs collect the data, the meeting agendas, the sign-up sheets, and all other pieces of proof and documentation that they have had collected in the last 6 months to have it uploaded onto their online application System O. With the assistance and the needs assessment, it was found there is currently no formal training in place on how to operate and navigate through System O. Most of the quote trainings were done on the spot during recurrent reporting periods and by various managers within their own departments. Managers are responsible for training their staff to be ready to use the system. This has led to staff expressing different ways on how they have learned how to use System O in the past and their initial struggles with the application. The purpose of this project was to create an easily accessible introductory training for System O, specifically for those who are new to the application. So what does our target audience look like? From the surveys that were collected, 100% of the users are still in remote work environments or hybrid work environments, where they will take turns to be at an office location and then again working from home. This is due to the effects of post-COVID-19 pandemic. This information was essential in ensuring that the training would need to be easily accessible through their designated work laptops. In addition, 60% of the users are millennials, while the remaining 40% are Gen Z. This has informed us that it is a younger population that are users, and they share similar traits such as achieving higher education as well as being very confident in their technology. 88% of users are female, and this allowed us to understand other elements that females may have, such as having dependents and elderly parents, things that may all contribute to distracting factors when working remotely. Finally, 60% of users were identified as Latinx. This allowed us to understand possible cultural barriers that may be present as well. While the overall goal of this training is to reduce the time it took to learn and effectively use System O independently, here are also the 3 specific main learning outcomes for the training. 1. Learners can identify an upcoming reporting period. 2. Learners can navigate System O with 90% accuracy. And 3, learners can input relative data into the correct locations within System O. The 4 main features that are unique to this introductory training for System O includes 1, that it is specifically designed to cater to new users of System O. The content that is covered in this training is very similar to the tasks that a junior staff member would be able to do proficiently on their own. Second, an emphasis was made to ensure audio learning was included, not only to those that have identified as being partially hard of hearing, but also to keep learners engaged in a different manner beyond just reading content off a screen. Third, an interactive AI guide was introduced throughout the training. This way, it simulates a gamified experience for users, which also induces more user engagement. Lastly, an interactive quiz was created to be taken and scored in real time to let users see how well they have retained the content presented. Some of the greatest experience and milestones that I have witnessed and gone through is the discovery of the wealth of AI supportive tools, which could have taken and have taken my designs and the development of my project into another level of professionalism. These tools included 11 Labs, which is a text-to-speech tool, Speechify, which also reads as well and treats as a text-to-speech, Canva, which can also serve as an authoring tool, and so many more. Another experience was the initial use of the authoring tool Storyline 360. It was a very rewarding and utilizing experience to be able to see and feel the technology that mainstream designers are using as well. This was great and a great way to contribute to the project. Lastly, completing the alpha and beta testing. Planning is essential, of course, but implementing and receiving feedback from real users was extremely satisfying during the alpha and beta testing periods. This has allowed me to be able to use their constructive feedback to have meaningful updates be done on the project. Overall, this project will be essential for getting staff to be confident and ready to go during reporting periods for System O. And again, this concludes my presentation. Thank you all very much for following along, and I appreciate your time. Here are the references that were used throughout the slides, and I thank you again.